Needs to go home, of course. He's again in with too low health. And yeah, he cannot explode his shield on anyone because he's going to die if he does. And now he actually uses his ultimate to gain back some health. Oh, that's just... okay, whatever. So, TF teleporting out, I'm guessing here. Yeah. So, Anivia then. She went back home, that's why I went elsewhere. She got a needlessly large rod, so additional AP. She already had a Rod of Ages and Sorcerer's Shoes. So, excellent items. I like the Rod of Ages on Anivia because Anivia is not really tanky, and it makes her have so much more health and mana. Therefore, also, I like Rod of Ages better than the Chalice of Harmony, but as I said, to each his own. And I just don't like the opening that this guy chose with the, what's it called, Mackie Pendant. I like the opening with oh nice. The wall is so powerful, that's why you level it up. I mean, in this case, the wall is only level 3, but you need to have level 5 wall as soon as you have level 5 Frostbite, because Frostbite does a ton of damage, and it's targeted, so it cannot actually miss. And yeah, the wall can block off complete sections of the map to people. It can help you escape, it can help you get kills. It is so important, and people treat it normally like it's just one of those spells where you don't really need, or you're not going to use anyway. But really it's not. It's a very vital spell for Anivia to do well. So Teemo placing some random mushrooms. The best thing to do, of course, would be to stay away and to just let the minions handle that. But TF is going to run in anyway against 4 enemies. And you can see he loses about 40% life on that. Uses his flash for no reason. And Anivia just runs in behind it and actually tries to do some damage without getting blown up. And again out of mana, because, well, the Chalice of Harmony doesn't actually provide mana. Going for the Death Cap here, which is of course an excellent choice on anyone. But I like to see it supported by other items that provide you with additional health. So just like this one, Rod of Ages is so incredibly good for Anivia because, well, she needs the extra HP. Placing a ward here, very wise. Because Baron is going to be, I guess, the one way out for this team, for the opponent's team. Because with a 6-0 Anivia, yeah, you're going to have some trouble on your hands. Even though they are doing quite well, they still have the capability of killing a lot of the blue team. They just aren't positioning correctly, and here you can see they can still take him out. They took out 2 there, and unfortunately they don't get the Anivia. Well, fortunately for Anivia, of course, because Anivia actually ran away, which is the right thing to do when you're a carry, and especially if you're 6-0, because you're going to give the opponents like 800 gold. You really don't want that. So that was definitely overextending with no enemies visible on the map to go for a turret like that. I mean, if you're with your whole team, sure, you can do that. But normally it's not a good plan. Yeah, blue really needs to go to Anivia, so I don't know what they were thinking there. Taking out the Teemo immediately, because Teemo is a high damage dealer, as are two of the others, but Anivia not going to die. First going to go into the egg, and then they're not going to destroy the egg because they're not strong enough, and that's how you do that. So being very aggressive on Teemo, and then yeah, using the egg to actually get away. Really good, excellent play. I would have liked to see that early game as well. I mean, you're not going to die early game. Nobody can destroy the egg, because the egg is going to have a lot of hit points, even though you're not high on armor, because well, you get the armor reduction because you died, or because you're an egg. But still. So they do get Baron here relatively quickly, but no real risk, because well, at least two of the opponents were dead. And Anivia is going back once again, getting some more mana, getting the death cap. And yeah, as you can see, only up to about 1900 mana here. And as you can see, the skills are all, well, on average at least, 100 mana. So 160, 130, oh sorry, 110, 90 and 75, but that's 75 per second, I think. So you need a lot of mana. And Anivia 8 and 0. Actually only one assist. That is pretty pretty good. Because all the rest have been kills. So Anivia assisting in quite a lot of fights, but yeah, there's the second. But actually getting the kills, that means that you're doing a lot of damage compared to your teammates, which is exactly the point of Anivia. So getting the stun off and getting the E off, that is so excellent. And the rest of the team doing their duty just as well. And they are going to get these turrets. Yeah, going in for the kill on the inhibitor, and Teemo running in for no reason. At this point the game obviously is lost for this opponent's team, so I'm not going to discard this game just because in the end game they got a lot of kills. They played the first part of the game as you would normally play, and Anivia was a little bit timid, probably because of the lack of playing. But if you play Anivia a lot, or enough I should say, doesn't have to be a lot, some players pick it up quicker than others, but if you play her enough you will see that Anivia can actually take a lot of damage on the egg, and if you're really aggressive early on, as long as you're not in tower range, you can harass a Teemo completely to death, and Teemo is not able to kill you, at least not until you waste your egg or use your egg, I should say. And after that you have to be a little bit more careful, but yeah, that comes natural to any Anivia player, I guess. So that's the end of the game. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time. GG.